Your Excellency, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, the CS Energy, Honorable Chirchir, the PS, all partners, stakeholders, invited guests, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, sir, with your permission, at this point, I would like to invite the Principal Secretary for Energy and Petroleum, Mr. Alex Washira, to come and make some opening remarks, then also guide the program. Welcome, sir.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, our Cabinet Secretary, Davis Chilchil, EU Ambassador, Henry Geika, Christian Yoka, you know, Your Excellency, I'm not used to so allow me, Henry Geika, Christian Yoka, the French director for AFD, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Your Excellency, first of all, we want to thank you for giving us this opportunity. Your Excellency, we are here to flag off and put pen to paper on the issue of last mile. Your Excellency, from the year 2012 up to now, we have managed to push electrification access up to 75%. You have given us very clear instructions, Your Excellency, that we need to push those numbers up to 100%. And then, Your Excellency, thanks to your guidance, today we are earmarking that we are going to sign 27 billion worth of contract that is going to cover 32 counties, Your Excellency, with 21 contractors, Your Excellency. So, Your Excellency, electricity is part of the SDG number 7. That is a commitment to give Kenyans access to reliable power. Your Excellency, with those few remarks, allow me to invite the AFD Director for African Affairs, Christian Yoka, to make a few remarks, and thereafter, Your Excellency, with your permission again, I'll invite Ambassador Henry Geika, who are partners who have funded this program, and then thereafter we shall invite the contractors to move straight there and put pen to paper. Then thereafter we'll ask our Cabinet Secretary to invite you and make his remarks. Thank you. Christian Yoka, karibu sana.
Asante, Mr. Speaker. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, Cabinet Secretary, Minister of Energy and Petroleum, Honorable Davis Chirchir, Principal Secretary, Ministry of Energy and Petroleum, State Department for Energy, Mr. Alex Washira, KPLC Dr. Engineer Joseph Cyril, dear colleagues from the energy sectors, ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, Jumbo, bonjour, good morning, good afternoon. It is indeed my great pleasure to join this special occasion to witness the signing of the works contract of the Last Mile Connectivity project. As you know, AFD has been historically engaged into financing energy sectors in Kenya, and energy will continue to be a strategic sector for AFD. We have financed over 1 billion euros in this very sector over the last 20 years. AFD support covers generation, transmission, distribution, and access. We have mobilized different financial tools, from sovereign to non-sovereign loans, grants, including with our European partners. The objective of the Last Mile Connectivity project is to connect to the electricity network up to almost 3,000 new customers to the grid in 32 counties. By supporting the implementation of this project, AFD, alongside his partner like EIB, are very happy to contribute to the development of the Kenya's infrastructure required to foster economic growth and contribute positively to the Sustainable Development Goals by bridging the gap and reducing disparities between rural and urban areas. And we indeed have to commend Kenya for addressing this very issue that many other countries in Africa do face. And the efforts made by this country serve as a reference for our action in other countries. I am especially delighted to support that project because we know that by supporting this project, Kenya will meet the commitment of its Vision 2030. I take the opportunity to congratulate Kenya Power for overseeing the successful implementation of the project. IFDA will also be signing this Wednesday the Seven Forks Solar Project with KenGen, adding 42.5 megawatt solar power into the Kenya renewable energy mix. We are indeed very delighted to support KenGen and look forward to its timely implementation. Last but not least, AFD will support KETRACO on transmission lines by reinforcing the National Control Center. As I told you, our commitment is complete because of what is at stake when it comes to energy. There's no way you can transform a country if you don't address this very issue of energy. Even Lenin said that back during the revolution. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, I wish to confirm this commitment to continued collaboration to support Kenya on its sustainable development path. Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much. Asante sana.
Your Excellency, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya and Commander-in-Chief of the Kenya Defense Forces, Honorable Dr. Davis Chirchir, Cabinet Secretary of Energy and Petroleum, PS Alex Wachira, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, Kenyan and international project partners. Today, I proudly stand before you as the European Union ambassador to Kenya to witness the contract signing ceremony of the Last Mile connectivity project, together with Team Europe partners, Agence Française de Développement, AFD, and the European Investment Bank, EIB. Today's event marks another milestone in the long-standing and strong energy partnership between Kenya and Team Europe. Just last week, Kenya hosted the very successful global conference on energy efficiency. And together with Honorable Davis Chirchir and the European Union Commissioner of Energy, Kadri Simpson, we had the pleasure to launch the new EU-Kenya Global Gateway Energy Program, Green Resilient Electricity System. This 36 billion shilling program will expand the country's production of green electricity from hydro, geothermal, and solar sources, as well as improving, and this is very important, grid stability and efficiency. Today, we are together to launch the start of the implementation of the important Last Mile connectivity program that will strongly support Kenya's goal to reach by 2030 universal access to affordable, reliable, and modern energy services. The Last Mile connectivity program has been developed under EU's Global Gateway initiative in close collaboration with the Kenyan government. The program has an overall budget of 26 billion Kenyan shillings, which is 180 million euros, with financing from Agence Française de Développement, the European Union Investment Bank, and the European Union. Connectivity to electricity is a vital part of Kenya's development, and this project will connect 280,000 households to the electricity grid in 32 counties, and hereby give 1.5 million Kenyans direct access to reliable supply of electricity. Access to electricity, as we heard, has more than doubled in Kenya over the past decade, from 37% in 2013 to 75% today. Kenya is well on track and establishes itself as a front-runner in sustainable practices on infrastructure development and green transition. To achieve the goal of universal and sustainable electricity access, the necessary investments are very high and not always commercially attractive for the private sector. This is why the European Union is supporting this connectivity program with a major grant of 4.3 billion Kenyan shillings, which is 30 million euros, that will help reduce the investment costs and make the project sustainable. This partnership is framed under the EU's Global Gateway, that is the EU's contribution to narrow the global investment gap worldwide and to help to tackle the most pressing global challenges. The Global Gateway will mobilize up to 300 billion euros by 2027 for developing global infrastructure and supporting the green and digital transition around the world. Out of the 300 billion, half of it, so 150 billion euros, will go to Africa. In closing, let me reiterate Team Europe's firm dedication to collaborating with Kenya on the continued expansion for renewable energy. Together, we are building a brighter, more sustainable future, and I'm so excited that our partnership is flourishing. Asanteni sana.
Your Excellency, with your permission, we'll now proceed to the signing of the Phase 4 Last Mile Connectivity Project. And at this point, Your Excellency, allow me to invite the AFD representative, Christian Yoka, together with Her Excellency Henriette Geiger, who's representing the EU, to just stand behind the two chairs there where the signing is going to be happening. I'll also invite the MD and CEO, Engineer Joseph Siror, who's going to be sitting on the left to sign. Then the first signing, which is by Master Power Systems Limited, which covers West Pokot, will be done by Prakash Moda Shia. So if we can kindly have Prakash Moda Shia to proceed. We'll also invite the CS to stand as a witness to the signing. Welcome, sir. Your Excellency, there is a total of 26 contract lots which are countrywide, with countrywide coverage under 3 financing partners: the French Development Agency, the EU, and the European Investment Bank. Your Excellency, this is the first signing. We'll also request that Wilfred Mwiti be on standby to sign the next one. Wilfred Mwiti is from Meru Wood Industries, covering Meru County. Thank you, Mr. Prakash. Next, we have Wilfred Mwiti, who is from Meru Wood Industries, covering Meru County, to sign. If we may also have Narendra Kumar Karsani to be on standby. Thank you very much. We may give them a hand clap. Next, we'll have Narendra Kumar Karsani from KB Sangani and Sons. And this particular contract is covering Nyamira, Bomet, and Kericho. Welcome, sir. On standby, if we can also have Singh Vinud Kumar. Narendra Kumar currently signing is KB Sangai and Sons. The coverage is Nyamira, Bomet, and Kericho. All right, if we can give him a clap, thank you very much. Next, let's have Singh Vinud Kumar, MS India, to sign. Welcome, sir. The coverage for this particular contract is Homa Bay County. As you can see, Your Excellency, it has countrywide coverage. And after this, if we can have on standby, Liu Sing Jin Jon. Excuse my pronunciation. Liu Sing Shung Jon from MS China Hubei Engineering will be next. The next contract, Your Excellency, is covering Bungoma County. Bungoma County. And on standby, if we can have Singh Vinud Kumar again, just to be on standby. I will request the CS to remain there, but I'll ask the EU representative and AFD representative to kindly take your seats as we now invite, Jan Willen from EIB to join the CS and witness. And currently signing is Singh Vinud Kumar, East India Udyong, which is covering Kitui, Embu, and Kirinyaga. Thank you very much, sir. Again, we'll invite Liu Xinjian, MS China Hubei Engineering, and this will be covering quite a large area: Kilifi, Kwale, Kajiado, Makueni, Nyandarua, Nyeri, Meru, and Tharaka Nithi. On standby, if we can also have East India Udong, again to sign the second last contract. Again, this is just a sample of 26 of them, but for today we'll sign 10, or rather now we'll sign 10. We'll have all of them signed today, but the total is 26 covering the whole of Kenya. So we have East India Udong kindly to take to sign. This particular contract is covering Migori County. Migori County. And on standby, if we can have E-Trade Company Limited, E-Trade Company Limited on standby. Thank you very much. The next contract to be signed is going to be covering Narok County. Narok County. And if we can have CCC International as the last one to sign this particular session out of the 26. My apologies, I think we'll have one more. So we have CCC International next. All right, so let's have CCC International now sign, and this is going to be, welcome sir, this is going to be covering Vihiga, Busia, and Kakamega. And on standby, if we can have LMEC Engineering to be on standby. LMEC Engineering. Welcome, you may take your seat, sir, to sign. Your Excellency, sir, this particular contract is going to be covering Laikipia, Nakuru, Nyandarua, and Meru County. After that signing, Your Excellency, I'll now invite the CS for Energy and Petroleum, Honorable Davis Chirchir, to make his remarks and invite His Excellency, the President, to give us his speech. Welcome, Waziri, for your remarks. Tumpigie makofi akija kutupatia hotuba yake. Asante.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Your Excellencies, Ambassador Henriette, and colleagues, Christine Yoka from the Africa French Development Bank, Karibuni, and colleagues, good afternoon. It's a pleasure, Your Excellency, to be really having you to witness contracts which ordinarily do not have to come to State House, and we want to thank you very much for really making time to this very, very important and very dear subject to your heart in terms of taking power to the people of Kenya. I do recall, Your Excellency, when I was Minister for Energy in 2013-2014, when you basically employed what most of the learned people borrow from what you call the Potter's competitive theory, where the cost of entry to the power system in Kenya was so prohibitive that nobody was able to get into the power system because they needed to have a one-off connection fee of 75,000. And it was just impossible to move 20,000 customers to the grid because for a long time we moved from 1.5 million to 1.6 million to 1.7 to 2.2 million in 2013. And since coming up with that very competitive framework that basically looks at time and cost of entry, looks at the economies of scale in terms of maximization of the transformer, looks at the cost advantages of ensuring that the transformer, a very huge investment, which has been basically put on the ground, can be leveraged on and connect maximum customers and therefore have the customers connect slowly over a period of time. That was a huge barrier to entry for Kenyans. And I do remember sitting in your office and cutting down this cost of entry and having customers to pay over a long period of time. And today, we sit among as the leading African countries at 75% access to power, customers being connected without a payment, and yet we are able to recover all that cost. But let me also thank the development partners for coming in handy to support this cause. Your Excellency, what Ambassador Henry did not mention is that the 30 million euros coming from the EU is a grant, plus that concession of 60 million euros, which is basically coming from, is it EIB, as a very well concession loan, and 90 million euros coming from the other colleagues. So thank you very much. We really appreciate this development. Your Excellency, we have in the pipeline French development. We confuse AFD and AFD. We have another French development bank coming in with another about 13 billion equivalent Kenya shillings on top of this, which will really help us to expedite the process and together work to achieve the connectivity or access at 100% by the turn of this decade. So I want to thank the development partners. Colleagues, why are we instead of signing contracts which could have been signed this morning at Kenya Power offices, witnessed by the President? It's because of the passion the President, I'm sure you'll be talking to that. And I just want to applaud, even as we start the 18 months journey to deliver, Your Excellency, on this connectivity program, that if we can do it in 12 months, we should do it in 12 months. If we can cut cost and connect more, Henriette, you did talk about 280,000 connections. I did look at what Ken, the gentleman in charge of this program, has done, and we have already optimized, and we are almost hitting a target of 300,000 for this amount. I'm sure we can stretch and even get more connections. And Your Excellency, the difference between the last mile connection and building infrastructure in roads is we touch people's lives. This power goes to the people's homes. And so we want to thank you, the contractors who are here today. The President, in a very short briefing, tells me he'll be coming to the ground to inspect. And you do know that before the President comes once, I need to be there 5 times. So really, Your Excellency, we will have to be on the run. We are running out of time. 2030 is around the corner. Let's do this quickly, whereas the donors have given us 18 months. If we can do it in 12 months, we'll get more funding and get all Kenyans accessing power by the turn of this decade, Your Excellency. So I want to assure Your Excellency, if you are going to be visiting the ground, I'll be going to every project 5 times before you go once. You may go once only to commission, because you have got other national duties, like the very successful visit you have just done and made us proud. So colleagues, contractors, this is a serious project. We must really get value for money. We must do quality work. Siror, we are working together, we'll support you. Your Excellency, just in ending, you do know that we've been working on restructuring the Kenya Power and Lighting since we came to Cabinet with a paper to restructure the shareholding structure. Today we've got 4 board members from the private sector sitting against a 5-member structure in that shareholding structure of 49, 50% for government. And therefore we've got the private sector infusing knowledge and supporting Kenya Power to work. We did say in our Kenya Kwanza manifesto, Your Excellency, that we are going to allow Kenya Power to operate as a commercial entity. And today, Siror has a big task in working on the power losses. We have given a target from 22% to 16% in 3 years, and we are working together to achieve that, so that we can bring down the cost of power. That's why it basically diverted and went there. Because whereas we are selling 12,000 gigawatt hours of power in a year, we cannot account for 3,000 gigawatt hours, and yet it is paid for to the generators. So working with Siror, we can bring down cost of power by reducing the losses, either in transmission, commercial, or by what Henry talked to in terms of energy efficiency. Your Excellency, thank you very much for accepting to grace this occasion, and we just want to reiterate to the contractors that we don't bring contracts to State House for signing. This commitment by the President, please help us and deliver, ensure that we do quality work and service those Kenyans who have not been serviced. We do have Kenyans, Your Excellency, who are on off-grid. We have got off-grid projects which we'll be bringing next in areas where there is no grid, we have got other programs running. Allow me, Your Excellency, to now welcome you, and may we be upstanding to welcome His Excellency the President to make his remarks. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Thank you very much, Davis. Please, let's take our seats. Your Excellencies, honorable ministers, members of the great institutions of KenGen, Kenya Power, and contractors. This event is an immense milestone on Kenya's journey towards achieving universal access to electricity in order to align our infrastructure development with our broader aspiration for a brighter, more prosperous future for the Kenyan people. In the beginning, this vision was not just seen as bold and ambitious. It was also considered to be too audacious to be possible. But it has become possible due to resolute commitment to deliver consistent investment of resources and determination to ensure that every Kenyan household, regardless of location, enjoys reliable and affordable energy. I remember we had many conversations, as Davis has said, in 2013, as to how we will reduce the barrier for entry into having power in people's homes. And I remember somebody telling us, it is like you have already bought a bus that carries 50 people, and only 5 people can afford. So you are carrying 5 people in a bus that already costs you already have hired a driver, you have put fuel, but you're only carrying 5 people. Why don't you carry everybody and give them a credit to pay you later? You will make more money that way. It was as simple as that. And that is when we decided to invert the payments. We said, let us connect everybody who is near a grid. Let us connect everybody who is near a transformer. And then let us amortize the payment we would have wanted from them over 3 to 5 years. And it has become magic. We have moved from 2.3 million people connected in 2013 to now 9.6 million people connected in 2024. That's phenomenal. As a consequence, we have achieved steady and impressive progress over the past decade. We have witnessed significant progress in our journey towards universal electrification, raising the national access, as I have said, from 27% in 2013 to 76% now. This means that 9.6 million Kenyan households are now connected to electricity. The Last Mile Connectivity Project has been a transformative initiative whose ambition complements the bottom-up economic transformation agenda. By extending electricity grid to rural and underserved areas, the Last Mile Connectivity Project is not only effectively bridging the development gap between urban and rural communities, but it has also effectively raised the overall rate of national productivity across sectors by facilitating the uptake of efficient technologies. Part of the reason why I wanted to look at the men and women who are going to implement this project in their faces, and I'm happy all the contractors are here, is because this project is too important for me. It is one of the projects that when I campaigned, the people of Kenya in many areas told me they have no electricity. I remember when I went to plant trees in Moranga about 2 weeks ago, a whole community there were telling me, Mr. President, we are yet to have the electricity. I'm very happy today that the people in that village in Moranga, there is now a contractor who is going to make sure that they get the electricity that I agreed with them. This is very personal, because as we have all said, beyond connecting electricity to people, we also have another program that is going to ride on the transmission lines that you're going to build. You will know, and I'm sure the Kenya Power management will tell you, that as you connect the transmission lines, we will also be connecting fiber, because we have also committed ourselves that as we deliver electricity, we must deliver internet. We must deliver connectivity. And we have made a conscious decision that we are now going to leverage on the network that Kenya Power has of transmission lines across Kenya for us to deliver last mile connectivity to the internet. Because we are moving to the digital space. We are moving our government services to the digital space. We have ICT hubs that are coming up across Kenya. We are moving our business to e-commerce. We are moving our learning to e-learning. We are moving health to e-health. And therefore, the internet is going to be as important as the electricity we are delivering today. So in this project, we are delivering two very critical aspects of the last mile. We are delivering electricity and we are delivering internet. That is why this project is very important. Davis and his team of Wachira and team, they know how I have been on their case on this project, how I was pushing them to make sure that it gets to the cabinet, it gets the necessary approvals. And I am very proud that today here we have come to sign off this program. I know the agreement between our great partners here, ourselves and the contractors, is 18 months. I want to request the contractors to accelerate this program, and if there is anything Government of Kenya can do to make it that much more easy for you to deliver this program ahead of time, Davis and company will make sure they will be at hand to support you, to make sure that the Kenyans who are listening to me today in different parts of Kenya, who do not have electricity, and who today know that electricity is on the way, I want to ask you not to delay by a day or a minute or a week. Let us deliver at the earliest opportunity possible. Today, I am presiding over a contract signing ceremony to unlock 27 billion Kenya shillings, or euros 180 million, thereby launching a drive to connect an additional 280,000 Kenyans in 32 counties of our country. This is a very affirmative action program. This phase of the project has been made possible because of our commitment of Kenya shillings 2.5 billion, complemented with counterpart funding from French Development Agency, and I want to thank them for being present, the European Union, thank you, Henrietta, and the European Investment Bank. I wish to express profound appreciation to our development partners for their consistent support throughout the course of this initiative, and in particular to FDA, EU, and EIB for their support of this part of our plan. We are firmly on course to achieving 100% connectivity by 2030. As I speak, we are working on a similar connectivity program worth 22 billion in partnership with AFD and the Kingdom of Saudi to connect another 270,000 Kenyans to electricity. So, apart from the 280,000 that this program is going to connect, there is another 270,000. We are in the final stages of that program because I made a commitment to the people of Kenya, and I want to deliver on that commitment because we have been working for the last 1 year to make sure that we have connected all the partners that have supported this program. Everybody knows that this program at some point went down because there was inadequate resources to drive it. And when I made a commitment to the people of Kenya that connecting electricity is going to be part of our plan, and especially this last mile connectivity program that seeks to equalize the people of Kenya, so that people in informal settlements, people in different parts of Kenya, as part of our bottom-up economic transformation program, that you don't have to live in a posh estate to have electricity. Electricity must be an equalizer that equalizes all Kenyans, irrespective of their social status, irrespective of their financial capacity, and that is what this program is going to do. By standing with us in this initiative, our development partners have made an indelible contribution to Kenya's economic transformation and, most importantly, to Kenya's inclusivity. And I want to say thank you very much. We really appreciate it. We don't take this for granted. Power connectivity is a vital priority because electricity is the lifeblood of modern economies. The last mile electricity project has enabled business in rural areas to flourish, contributing significantly to our GDP and creating numerous job opportunities. It has also revolutionized our agricultural sector, powering irrigation systems and agro-processing units, thereby boosting productivity and ensuring food security. By connecting millions of households to power grid, we have not only illuminated homes, but also empowered communities, enhanced education opportunities, improved health services, and turned the entire country into one flourishing economic hub. Universal access is therefore fundamental to achieving economic inclusivity. The last mile connectivity project is also news to the hustler economy, the micro, small, and medium enterprises, which is the engine of our economy, benefits immensely from reliable power, enabling them to operate efficiently and by expanding their reach, capability, and output. Reliable electricity supply is a crucial enabler which complements our other commitments of supporting small businesses, including initiatives such as the Hustler Fund, the housing program we're running, the SHIP program that is already on the way, and all the other programs that we are running. As I committed to the people of Kenya, we're going to work together in this program. I have announced a program that will be done between AFD and Saudi. There is yet another program that we are going to work with the World Bank. When I was in Washington, we agreed with President Biden on how America is going to lead the way in ensuring the replenishment of IDA 21, that we are looking for 120 billion US dollars to be able to support concessional funding. When you heard Ambassador Henrietta here say that of these 27 billion, 4.3 billion is a grant. It is not money that we are going to pay interest or even pay at all. Those are the kind of resources that we are looking for when you find us working on programs like the IDA, like the replenishment program under Africa Development Bank that we support in full, because it is concessionary resources that is going to assist our economies to be able to close the gap on development financing so that we can be able to do more with the taxes we are raising. We can be able to do more with the loans that we get that are concessionary, like the one that is here, and we can do more through IDA and through AFDB with grants. So this is the trajectory we are working on, and I am very proud that Kenya is playing the front row role of pushing the envelope for this continent to get and catch up with the rest of the globe. So I'm very happy that this afternoon we have done a very most important program for me. You have acquitted me from some of the commitments I made. This is very important to me. I have a contract with people out there, and they keep counting. This one is done, this one not yet, this one. So I am very happy that we are in the process, full steam, of transforming our country. I want to say thank you very much. Thank you to the development partners. Thank you to the team at Energy. They have been a very wonderful team. They have worked with me to make sure that these programs are put together. And to the contractors, you have our support, you have our goodwill, but you must deliver ahead of time. I think that's the agreement we are trying to forge here. Otherwise, thank you very much and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Another round of applause for His Excellency. And perhaps just for emphasis, all contracts will be signed today. So those responsible for the contracts, kindly ensure by the time you leave, they are signed.
Your Excellency, we want to request if